because you know what you're doing now. So how about saying these intros in the way that you know how to do it now, right? Well,
I think if you guys just come off as really likable and charismatic and funny in the intro, then that would be a really cool contrast to the episode.
Okay, this is funny. I'm going to try something.
Okay, let's do it.
Welcome, Keepers, to the Keepers of the Fire podcast.
This first episode, we get into our ritual. We get into the themes of fire, our hopes for this podcast, why we started it, the meaning of fire to ancient civilizations, religious symbolism, Zoroastrianism, and what it means to us.
I'm sorry, that was so good. And he got it all, kind of. So I'm going to just say some other stuff.
Yeah.
That was like pretty good. I'm going to say some other stuff now. That's so good. Like he said, and we hope that you enjoy the first episode where we're also sort of finding our footing and being in front of camera and speaking to a mic. But we're really happy with how season 1 turned out and excited for you all to join us by every fire as we evolve into incredible podcast hosts who don't have any trouble doing intro recordings.
No. By the end of this season, we kill podcast
We're so cool
intros.
at the end of this season 1.
It's insane how good we got at intros
So
by the
insane,
end of it.
actually. And, so you'll see how we keep our fires and how our beautiful guests keep their fires. Thanks for listening, and please enjoy the very first episode of the Keepers of the Fire podcast.
What else?
You said you're rolling on everything? Speeding on everything? Okay. Big day.
It was a big day.
Big moment.
It's history.
Let me get a little sip of
It's history.
of espresso here.
Cheers.
Cheers, dude.
Yep. Just follow the chair. It's cold now.
Mine too.
That's how I like it.
You know what'd be really nice?
What?
A fire.
If only we had a fire pit.
If only we had a fire.
If only we had a fire pit. And only we had lighters
If only we had lighters
that we kept.
in our hands and our pockets at all times.
Oh, you had a torch.
I didn't know that.
Dude. Yo. Eliana.
What's the deal with the...
What's the deal with the fire? What's the deal with the flame discrepancy?
Why is mine
like flaccid?
Why do I have a wispy flame?
And why is his
He's got a fucking
strong
flamethrower?
You know what I mean? Like fucking virile. But it'll start just all the same. It'll get the job done.
It's all the same.
It's
Fire
all
is
about,
fire.
It's all about it's not where you start. It's where you end up.
It's where you end up. This next episode, you just have this lighter. You just make sure to grab the lighter.
Just have a big torch from Costco.
Hello, everyone.
What's up,
My
guys?
name is Eman Esfandi.
My name's Journey. Journey Bailey.
And we are your hosts of Keepers of the
Keepers
Fire.
of the Fire. We're the...
And we are your...
This is... Do it again?
And we are your hosts of Keepers of the Fire.
David, how'd that sound? Was that
podcast.
All right.
A podcast where every episode we light the fire, sit around it, tell stories.
Yeah, tell stories, sometimes allegories, even.
Sometimes analogies.
Sometimes
Metaphors.
parables, psalms.
Poems even.
Yeah, some haikus here and there.
Haikus here
on
and there.
occasion.
And we talk about all things art, life, spirituality, community, friendship.
Yeah, to me I've been thinking a lot about the concept of fire, you know, and like what that is and like the...
Quick question.
Yeah.
Should we light this while we talk about the concept of fire?
Let me finish real quick.
Do you really want to finish?
No, that's not.
Okay.
Okay. The
Inaugural lighting.
I think I'm doing most of the lighting, really.
I don't know, my torch is really
No, I think
fiery.
my side's about to start smoking up.
I gotta stop lighting mine, actually. My side's already too bright.
I think your side's crossing over to my side before I can even get it.
Is it really?
Getting cuffed later. I just got this flashing flame. I still haven't caught anything on fire. There it goes.
That looks good. That's nice. So, you were saying
Let's just take it from the top.
your concept of... Is that a joke, or do you want to take it from the top?
No. Let's keep powering through it, dude. That's
You were saying
fire's messy.
your concept of the podcast. Our podcast, this podcast,
Yeah.
Keepers of the Fire.
Yeah, because I think so. we recently have not converted, but become very acquainted with, bedfellows, you could say, with Zoroastrianism.
That's true. That's true.
Um,
A lot of overlap there between our operating modus operandus.
Yeah, we discovered this. I think it's a rare experience as a human being
Yeah.
too. Most people, like, you find out about the religion and then you convert to it. It's a rare experience to realize you've already invented the religion yourself. And there's just this whole group of people who agree.
Who already like the religion that you made.
Yeah, so
Yeah, that's super cool. There's already a market.
and we have so much to learn. We come to it humbly. We just kind of had like a general sketch, We didn't realize people had already like colored in everything.
Everything, yeah. It is crazy, the overlap.
So, so part of that is, for the couple of people who don't know, Zoroastrianism is essentially this religion where there's two juxtaposed forces, one being Ahura Mazda, the other one being Angra Mainyu, right? Mm-hmm. And in the beginning of time, for millions of years, they existed as polar opposites in space, but they just did their own thing, like on the opposite sides of the universe. And until one day, Ahura Mazda created the physical realm, right?
That's
so
right.
he created the earth and humankind and animals and all that. But then, so it was a good thing, right? Like everything was, smooth, like peace and harmony, kind of like a Garden of Eden. And then Angra Mainyu came in and he just turned in the punch bowl.
Right, and Angra Mainyu represents all things negative in the world: death, illness, deceit, anything that people attribute in other religions to like the devil or demons or anything like that.
Yeah.
And Ahura Mazda is the benevolent, all-loving source of light and life and growth and things like that. And so, I mean, anything positive. And it is interesting to come to the realization that in getting together around the fire, which we just love to do and treat it very much like ritual, we're in many ways practicing similar things to Zoroastrians.
Yeah.
Based on similar tenets, like based for similar reasons. This feeling of this being somewhat of a portal.
Yeah.
Right. In Zoroastrianism, they say they don't worship fire; they worship the god Ahura Mazda, and fire represents his presence.
Right. That's the
Ahura
whole
Mazda's
thing.
presence.
Yeah, is that fire is like the most tangible, symbolic representation of Ahura Mazda, the force of infinite good and power and love in the universe.
Right. Right. And of the four main elements, the wind, water, earth, and fire.
Yeah.
Fire is the one that we can actually create.
Right, that's a crazy thing.
That's crazy.
That's a crazy thing to realize. Did you guys hear that back there? So there's four elements, right?
Yeah.
There's water, there's earth, there's air, and then there's fire. And fire is the only one that we can create on demand. I guess if you have a fan, you can kind of do air.
Kind of blow air.
So that's kind of divine too.
Sweat's kind of water.
That's kind of divine too, dude.
Sweat's kind of water.
Yeah.
And your hair is like earth or whatever. I don't know about this whole it's the only one.
Yeah, that's good. I don't know
about the accuracy of it being the only one.
Who said that, dude?
But I get what they're saying. I get what they're going for. Okay.
All I had to do was name actually the four elements. I was like, wait a second.
I think it's important to note we are not actually Zoroastrians.
No, yeah.
We were just discussing the interesting similarities in the practice of developing rituals around fire, which brings me to a ritual that I picked up from, I think, people in the more spiritual healing community.
Yeah.
Who perform ritual with crystals or Palo Santo or sage or things of that nature. Yeah. And it was like a burning ritual where you would write out on a piece of paper that which you wanted to let go of.
Yeah.
And then you would write out on a piece of paper that which you wanted to call in. And so I thought it would be a wonderful thing. We thought it'd be a wonderful thing is if at the top of every episode, barring this episode so we could explain it, you will see us placing in the pieces of paper of the things we're letting go. And we'll say them out loud to give examples. So if you're at home and you happen to be doing your own sort of burning ritual, or you want to just pick up on this, it's a cool thing to do. We'll start every episode with it.
Yeah.
And we do already have our pre-written
We did write these
pages.
before.
We can
before we
read them
started.
out as examples of what we're letting go, what we're calling in. In between the letting go
Yeah.
paper, we're going to throw in a Palo Santo to sort of purify and cleanse the fire, and essentially be a new chapter for the rest of the burn and the rest of our life, so long up until the next fire where we do this again.
Yeah, like consciously letting something go, bringing it into the physical form,
Right.
and letting it go, getting rid of something, calling it in. It's like a powerful, like a potent mantra.
Yeah. Clear space to make space.
Yeah.
Let one thing burn and make room for the next.
Light something on fire to make space.
All right. Let's see.
Wait, so do you say it first and then you put it in, or?
Yeah, well,
Okay.
I feel like this is not even something I normally say out loud, but I'm saying it out loud for the sake of,
Okay, for me.
for you.
Thank you.
I'm really just saying it out loud so you know what I'm letting go of.
I appreciate it. Dude.
Yeah, you're welcome.
'Cause I'm curious.
I'm letting go of letting external forces interfere with my intuition and holding on to things too tightly.
Okay, I like that. I'm not gonna read mine. No.
You don't have to.
I will for the spirit of it.
For me.
For you. Eman,
Yeah. Journey.
it's just me and you.
It's just us here.
I'm letting go. You ready?
Yeah.
I'm ready to go. You have to keep a straight face or I'm not gonna do it.
Go.
Okay? Okay, no, don't laugh.
Go.
I'm letting go of being motivated by my ego. Entirely so. I never have to work on that again.
I'm letting go for the last fucking time. And the Palo Santo.
Okay, yeah, we'll do
Purify.
it for both. Okay. Yeah.
And how about you start this time with what I'm calling in?
Going back to back. Okay, I'm calling in. It's a little more straightforward. I'm calling in peace and gratitude because I feel like that connects to my first one. Because I feel like, and I've just noticed like some of the things that like some of the places I get my motivation from can be toxic places, but I've used them in my life because like they motivate me. Like want to like prove people wrong. Maybe toxic's like is too harsh of a word.
Sure,
but like doing things kind of like out of almost like to spite. You know what I mean? Like, oh,
Yeah.
this person didn't think I would succeed. I'm gonna do this and like prove like these
Yeah.
people wrong. And I realized like I just like would feel bad.
Yeah.
Like it can motivate you. You know?
Yeah,
what
it
I
does
mean?
motivate you. You
That
do
last
get
mile on the
energy
treadmill.
to do it.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, but I noticed like in general, I should probably use that more sparingly because I want more peace and just like,
Right.
just actually, I want everyone to be doing well, and it's not a
Yeah.
competition.
You don't want to hold on to things.
I'm chilling.
That's cool. Great thing to call in. I'm calling in more celebrations. I just turned 30 and had a birthday party, which I don't normally have.
Congrats.
And thanks. I'll invite you to one of them someday.
I was there, but
Yeah.
yeah.
And it was really cool to get together with a ton of people. It made me realize, oh, wow, even if just hosting more often and having more options to celebrate.
Yeah.
And then I'm also calling in more successes to celebrate. That way, we all have so many things going on that it's very common for all of us to be getting together and making a toast. And
And pretty soon we'll have a reason to celebrate every day.
that's true.
And just have a
I mean,
party every
and there
day.
always really is a
That's
reason
true,
to
there
celebrate.
is.
But and so
Goes back to
treating
gratitude.
it goes back to treating it more like that, right? I'm
Yeah,
calling
yeah.
in more of that, and just right away seeing the idea of, oh yeah, every day you can get a little celebration in.
And just by opening up your mind to
Yep,
those
to what
opportunities
you're celebrating,
to
yeah.
recognize it. Yeah.
And then I'm also calling in my action hero physique.
oh, sick, dude.
Yeah, I've
Sick,
been
okay.
back and forth with fitness since I was 14,
Yeah.
and always felt great and athletic, but I feel like I want to reach a new level
Yeah.
of physical ability
I feel
in order
that.
to sort of, enhance the part that I play in a larger story. And then, and world peace.
Become your avatar.
In a way.
Yeah.
And I'm calling in world peace as well, because there have been many
You
things.
know what? I'm glad that someone finally did that.
That way we don't ever have to worry about that again. World peace just comes in and...
Exactly. Yeah.
Amen.
It's like sometimes the obvious solution's right in front of you. You're
Whoa,
like looking for something in the fridge and
and that is the ritual. Everyone at home, it's simple, it's easy, and it does help you consciously take a good look at your life and decide what isn't serving you and what you'd like to call in that you think would feel better. And things change all the time, so you may call something in one week and the next week let it go.
You might let go of something one week and then call it back the next week.
Yeah, you might miss it. You might miss it.
You know, you might realize absence makes the heart grow fonder.
Right.
You know?
But yeah, we invite you to partake in your own form of that at home. But also, it'll usually be at the top of the episode, so you can just hear a version of ours. And whatever we let go of, if it resonates with you, then it counts as you letting go of it as well. And vice versa with the things we're calling in. I think I would like to call in your action hero physique as well. I think that is a nice synonymous thing. And what'd you say?
Already got it.
Your action hero physique?
Yeah.
This is the best you're ever going to look?
Oh, no, not the best, but
okay,
like,
all
yeah.
right,
Okay,
cool.
that's
So
what
that's
you
why
mean.
I was calling it in. That's
Okay,
I got you, bro. I got you. Don't worry about it, though. No worries.
Right.
I got you next time.
So mine would be like, I need like above an action hero. You know what I mean? Because I already got that. So I need
I see what you're saying. You're saying you already
like a
have an action
superhero
hero.
physique.
You're an action hero?
I think one time I got a casting call to be a Jason Momoa stunt double. So people at home might not realize that I used to have longer hair, and you know why I didn't get it?
Why?
Said I was too big. Oh. They said no one would believe it.
That's crazy because he's huge, right? He's like 6'7".
Oh, he's giant. Yeah, he's a big guy.
Jason Momoa is a pretty big dude.
Yeah, he's a huge guy. You know who I think?
Not that it's always about size.
Yeah.
But if it was,
yeah,
Jason's up there.
Yeah.
And in this case, it was as well because you didn't get allowed to do it because you were too big. You said.
Too big, dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They asked The Rock to do it, and he was too small. I was too big.
Fascinating.
You know? So they got someone in between me and The Rock.
And that's weird because The Rock, when you look at him, looks bigger than Jason.
Yeah.
But maybe looks can be deceiving.
Looks can be deceiving, dude.
Like you.
Yeah. Tell me
They thought they obviously took you into the casting thinking you looked like Jason's size.
Yeah.
Looks can be deceiving. You were too big.
Yeah, I was too big when I got in. Yeah.
It's crazy like that.
But your point's taken of just calling it a better physique in general.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And what I meant was,
no, of course, yeah.
Everything we're calling in.
Yeah.
We're calling in unison, and we're calling in community in a way.
We are. We're very synchronized right now in that respect.
Right.
Yeah.
And anyone listening, if you resonate with any of the things we're ever letting go of or calling in, then that works for you too. So if you don't feel like writing out the piece of paper, you can just write on ours. No worries.
You can just write on ours. You can do it in your mind, you know? You can just like close your eyes and like not if you're driving or like running on a treadmill or something, but like, just think about it, or you can just burn it over like a candle if you do it safe, like not for kids. If you're a kid, don't do that.
Yeah, if you're a kid, be careful with fire.
Everyone's
if you're a kid, maybe you should be in school.
Own.
Actually, maybe not listening to the podcast.
Turn off the podcast.
I think we've been talking so much about fire. It'd be good. Let's get into. We've done some research ourselves about the origins of fire, the history of fire. Do you want to mention how long ago it was even that fire became such a big part of our species? Yeah,
okay, so here's the thing about when fire became such a big part of our species is 3 million years ago. 3 million years ago. People forget about this because it happened such a long time ago, but in Africa, the environment shifted and became more dry. People
Cooler,
talk about
drier
this.
climate.
People know about this.
Savannas.
They didn't have Smokey the Bear back then.
No one was stopping those fires.
No one. They didn't have like the little sign with like the warning, the color coded
dry, red.
And so there was lots of fires. And then also at this time, this is when kind of there was the split where we parted from our ape ancestors and started to be bipedal hominids. That also coincided with the changing of the environment in Africa at that time. So as there's these congregates of different hominid species, the leading into the Homo genus, the Neanderthals, the Heidelbergensis, and Sapiens, yours truly. As these bands of these creatures started to exist in these environments and tribes, and there was these wildfires around it was 1.5 million years ago when they started. There's the first evidence of hearths.
No, hearths came I think later.
Hearths may have been just a few years ago.
Maybe like last year.
Hearths may have been like 1984.
No, it was about 1.5. So about 3 million years ago.
Yeah.
Like you said, the climate changed, fires became more rampant, hominids ran from them mostly.
Yeah, a lot of them were scared at first.
Of course. 1.5 million years ago, they started realizing that after forest fires, there was food to eat that tasted better.
Yeah.
There were baked plants that tasted better.
Right. Like in the wasteland of the fire, they would like go back.
There were things
So
that
there's,
could
like,
be
you found,
used.
like, there's like popcorn that had been popped for the first time. You know what I mean?
Surely that.
There's
Wasn't
like
corn? Is corn something that was naturally growing on the earth
they may have had some.
at that time?
They may have had some.
If so, they were popping.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, what's this?
If so, they were popping. But
Yeah.
but then they realized that fire could be useful, and they started. We were actually fire foraging.
Yeah.
1.5 million years ago.
Yeah.
But we still didn't know how to strike fire. That was not until, what was it, 300,000 years ago?
Around then. Yeah.
When we finally started using flint.
Using flint. Yeah, they found like stone tools or that like were pieces of flint that had clearly been chipped over and over again.
Right, used for...
And like in those same, ancient settlements, they found like evidence of like, earth, dirt looks a certain way when it's been burnt over and over again. So like ancient fire pits, and those coincided with finding those tools at the same sites.
That's right.
Flint. So that's how we know that we had like domesticated it in a sense.
That's right. And so for the most part, more time was spent where our species were keeping fires. They were stealing fires, using fire, and bringing it with them. The majority of the time. They were keeping a fire alive because once it died, they had no idea how to get it going again.
You'd have to wait for lightning to strike again.
Yeah, or a forest fire to occur naturally. And
is there a way they could even start besides lightning striking?
I don't know.
Just have like
just enough heat.
Like a beaver just cuts down a tree too fast.
Beavers back then. Massive beavers.
Oh, they had giant beavers back then. Oh, dude.
No way.
We haven't even talked about the megafauna.
We haven't gotten into the giant beavers.
We haven't got into. We just skipped right over the megafauna.
That's a giant beaver right there.
That's an elk. It's a giant beaver, dude. Can you see that on camera?
It's not an elk. That's a giant beaver.
Yeah, these are giant beavers right behind us. And so besides that, it was just them and lightning. That's the only. You had to wait for that to happen and like be in the right time and like get a branch that was like still had flames on it, and take it back to your campfire without it dying,
Imagine being a fire forager. So
it's pretty cool.
You're with your little tribe, whatever. It wasn't necessarily considered a society then.
Yeah.
But you're with these people that you're migrating with, and the fire happens, and they're like, you think it's like an errand that the younger caveman got, like, hey, when you're a kid, like take out the trash, like your chores.
Yeah.
Fire foragers were kids, or do you think the adults took it, the male adults? Or female adults
to go find the fire?
Yeah, to be the foragers of the fire, to be the ones who are like, because that's now becoming like a thing. Like, who's going to do that? But I guess maybe it's not as conscious of a decision back then, and it's just...
Yeah, it's probably like opportunistic, like if you happen to be around it. Mm-hmm. I'd imagine maybe everyone pitched in, maybe it was like the whole gang.
I saw some video that was like, fire existed in our for a long time.
Yeah.
A lot of burnt fingertips for thousands of years before we really learned how to do anything with it.
Dude, that's so presumptuous of that guy.
I just thought about the idea of like, let's wait another 100 years.
You think they're idiots, dude? Like, well, maybe at first, yeah. Okay, I'm sure there was a transition period
dude,
where
if fire just existed in front of you, you'd never see anything like it, and you put your hand near it, you burn your hand, you're like, I don't think I'm going to get anywhere near that thing.
I think you would you'd already be like kind of weary of it, so you'd probably approach it slowly, and you would realize it was getting really hot before you like seriously burnt yourself. You'd probably be going in slow.
But you must not even have that much of a notion for that, other than when you see fire. Because there's not so many other things being so hot, you're learning to like evade them. Like it's also kind of warm when you get near it, and then you get closer, it's like warmer, and then it takes a second before it's actually burning your flesh. I don't know.
I feel like they think it was spooky.
For sure, scary.
You know what I mean?
For sure, scary.
Very a little timid, like, hey, what's this?
And then
people, there's definitely sunburnt fingers.
Yeah, and then another great change was 7,000 years ago, only 7,000 years ago, when they started using fire to clear land, like to literally change their environments, alter their environments. And that was like a technological advancement in the use of fire. Yeah. But so many fire tools had started being created by then. There were obviously tools, even before we learned how to create fire or spark fire, we were making fire-burned wood spears and different materials that were hardened by fire to become better tools.
Yeah.
And then there's an interesting thing where because of us starting to gather around fire
Yeah.
in order to heat up food,
Yeah.
which is one of the original ways they used it, it started to create what were the early versions of what is society now. People coming together, pooling their resources to hunt or gather food, bringing it to the fire, and then sitting around it in community, unconscious, unbeknownst to them. They're just like, we need to help each other to make the most of this.
Right. Yeah. It's kind of like a natural nucleus of humans in general. You know, it's like a centerpiece. It was the original TV, the original like bright light. We just like sat and stared at. It begs for company, right? Because also it's kind of like limited. Like if you're in a group of 12 people, it's like, was everyone gonna have their own fire? It's just like it's never been done that way. You know what I mean? There's gonna be one fire, maybe two, and then people are just gonna circle around it.
And
so that's what we're doing.
There was the difference in what it did to the food they ate. So something about how it broke down the carbohydrates.
Yeah.
And made it to where when they ate this food, it had more carbohydrates in it, which leads to brain development. Our brains started growing. And there's a direct link to us using fire to the growth of our brains.
Yeah.
Because our brain needs carbs and fat.
It is. There are competing theories for why the brain developed. That's one of the most prominent ones. My favorite is that it was psilocybin.
Psychedelics?
Yeah. But I think it's probably a confluence of multiple things.
It's a combination for sure.
Because once you have fire, then it's like, it's fun to look at, on
It'd
mushrooms.
be fun on mushrooms.
Yeah. It's like going to the Burning Man.
Yeah, and then fascinating, we learned a lot about the different cultures and their beliefs about how fire came to be as well.
Yeah, really interesting. I was thinking about like how that ties into reality, right? Because the origin stories commonly are from various ancient civilizations across the world that the mythology has something to do with some god or demigod intermediary between the human realm and the divine realm, stealing fire from the divine realm and bringing it to the human realm. Usually, sometimes at a cost. Like I think in the Greek story, Prometheus, he gets he has to get his liver eaten out. So.
I don't know. Actually, that's a good point. I wanted to pull up that page we saw.
But that was a side tangent. The thing I was thinking about is the point is that all these different societies had their stories, and so if you think about what it was like, going back to what we were talking about 1.5 million years ago, where they had to wait for lightning to come out of the sky. Well, it's coming from the sky. Like you would associate that as coming from the God realm, right? Because it's like coming down, like this jolt of light, like actually like coming down and touching the earth. So of course, like when you convert that into mythology and you have to like put it into a story that's going to survive in the oral tradition, it's going to be something like that, like some intermediary going between the human and like the sky, the divine realm, going to Mount Olympus.
I'm going to text you this article because I'd like to read it for the listeners, because I think there are so many fascinating examples of fire beliefs across cultures.
Yeah.
So I'd like to start with a cultural belief in the Greek world, or Greek history. The ancient Greek legend, that's perfect, of the Titan Prometheus.
Hell yeah, there you go.
That's the one you were talking about.
Break it down.
Who smuggled fire in a fennel stalk from Olympus to give to human beings. For this act of defiance, among others, Zeus bound him to a rock to have his liver devoured every day by an eagle.
There it is.
Each night, his liver would regrow, so his torment would begin anew.
So enjoy the fire.
Enjoy the fire on Prometheus.
Enjoy the fire. You don't have to dwell on that, but
on his liver.
Every once in a while, maybe pour one out.
Pour one out for Prometheus up there.
If that eagle stays fed, though, that's
pour one out for his liver.
That's like the eagle's heaven. That's like his hell.
That's
the eagle's heaven.
Yeah.
He just gets the liver back every day.
And then in the and I sent it to you, and you could read some of these also. In the Maori tradition, fire was originally given to humanity by Maui, a demigod shared by many Polynesian cultures. According to one telling, Maui once extinguished all the fires in the world in a fit of anger. This left only his grandmother, Mahuika, the mother of fire, in possession of it. I hope that's the right pronunciation. He tricked her into giving him the fire, which existed in the form of her fingers. Maui then accidentally extinguished them in the water until she had only one finger left. Mahuika threw her last finger down to the world and caught it on fire. Mahuika was eventually killed by the rain and floods, but only after hiding her finger in the hollow of a kai komaki tree. The wood of this tree is rubbed together to create fire by the Maori, and each time Mauika's finger ignites again. In this way, Maui stole fire for the humans and left them a lasting gift.
There you go, another martyr.
Another martyr.
Maui, pouring out.
Maui. Do you want to read in the Giru?
No, you got it. You're killing it.
All right. And then the Babylonians, they believed in fire deities. So the multiple fire gods of ancient Babylon were worshipped at various times through its history. Giru, Gishbar, Gibil, and Nusku, I believe. They used fire. They used fire to destroy demons and scare away the demons of disease. Nusku also took on the role of the messenger of the gods. Like the Greeks, the Babylonians used burning as a way to purify sacrifices and convey offerings to their gods. The Aztec god, Mixcoatl, I'm not sure about the pronunciation of that either. I might ADR that.
Mixicatl.
Mixicatl?
Something like that. It's close.
We'll find out.
We'll find out.
Mixicatl is an Aztec god of the hunt and god of war. He became the god of fire by being the first to master percussion lighting and inventing the fire drill. He did this by spinning the heavens around their axis
the fire drill.
So in school, when you had to go on fire drills,
you guys remember that? That was a good part of the day. You take your
it was a break,
and all of a sudden you're just like bullshitting with your friends, just standing in line outside, seeing kids from other classes. Like, yo, what's up, dude? This guy invented it.
Yeah, this guy gave you that break.
He gave you that break.
But also sometimes you do a fire drill in your apartment. It's 3 a.m. You're like, oh my God.
I've been there, dude. One time lightning struck my apartment in the middle of the night.
What?
And everyone had those like,
there's like Nikola Tesla's son making experiments in a dorm room or something?
Something like, it was Texas. You remember those Texas storms? You know what like?
Yeah, I guess so.
It was, there's like the alarms that go off in a building when like, something burns in the kitchen, right? Like, nee. And then there's like the real alarms where it's like, get out. You didn't even know, like, where are these, like, alarms? Where is this coming from, dude? Like, the whole building's, like, vibrating. And, so I could just really relate to what you're saying.
About the whole fire drill thing.
About the whole fire drill thing. Yeah, it took me back for a second.
But yeah. He did so by spinning the heavens on their axis to create the fire drill. Yeah. These stories, Aztecs believe that he gave fire to humanity. In Norse mythology or history, right? Yeah. Not to be confused with Loki, Utgard Logi was referred to as wildfire and once took part in an eating contest with Loki. For the contest, they filled a trough with meat and ate towards the center. They reached the center at the same time. Loki ate all the meat on his side, but Utgard Logi had eaten his meat, the bones, and the trough. This symbolized how fire can consume everything in its path. In Norse mythology, Utgard Logi is not a god, but one of the Jotnar, who are depicted as giants. There's plenty of interesting examples. I think one I really wanted to say was this one. It's the Sami peoples.
Yeah.
Saraka, and I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Yeah. The hearth goddess Saraka, forgive the pronunciation, was worshipped by both men and women. Saraka was thought to reside in the central hearth of every Sami home, a constant companion during long, dark winters. And that is, an interesting one because it feels like the more modern use of fire has become one in like a first world of like leisure and privilege in a way, right? Like we don't need the hearth and the fire in the middle of the home to keep us
survive,
warm.
Yeah.
Right.
It's more like recreational.
We either live in climates that are fine, or we have other methods to heat things up: ovens, stoves, microwaves, whatever you may be.
Yeah.
So using a fire now is more ritualistic.
Yeah.
But having a hearth, home is where the heart is. Home is where the hearth is.
Yeah.
It's an interesting idea that the hearth would have such a important part to play. And
I think that's kind of like the point of this ritual that we're starting by doing this and having these conversations around the fires, because it started organically, us having those experiences, because you happen to live in a couple places where we had fire pits, and we just had like made great memories around them. And so it's fascinating that in these ancient religions, like there's whole swaths of the earth for 1,000 years where being around a fire like was at the center of every religious ceremony. Like it was that representation. And the fact that today in the modern world it is, you have to seek it out.
Yeah, you have to seek it out.
But we're consciously doing that, like we
Right.
realize like that's like a powerful metaphor to return to for like the natural force of nature that we harness as human beings that brought us out of the dark into the light. And in this busy modern world, making a conscious effort to return to that and like keep that as like a burning presence.
Oh yeah, and whenever you feel like adding logs, feel free. I've added a few already.
I appreciate the invitation because I completely forgot to do that. So thank you.
Oh, whenever you feel it. Yeah.
That's a good time now.
That's a big part of why we wanted to do it. It's like we have our phones, we have our computers, our screens, our TVs, all these things that we use all the time that are a source of light, are a source of entertainment and stories if you're watching TV or anything of that nature. So in some ways they supplement the original congregation of coming around a fire, and the entertainment or the safety or the feeling of being home. But it's not natural. They are screens, they are electronic, and it does something different to your brain chemistry. It does something different to your body.
Well, it isolates you because like
That's
it becomes
right.
the whole point. Whereas like the fire, like it brings people together, but then you're there with the people as opposed to just being there with the phone only.
Yeah, and so it is nice to have this experience constantly now as a more specific ritual than it has been, but it's been in our lives for a long time.
Yeah.
But then to invite people who also appreciate the crackle of a fireplace, right? And
I feel like everyone has a sentimental tie.
it's biological, I'm sure.
Yeah, right. Like deep in our DNA.
Yeah,
Just like the resonance of it. Like it's a good thing. It symbolizes like order. You know what I mean? Like the taming of nature and using it to your benefit.
yeah. And then this idea that we've talked about a lot, which is to be a keeper of your own fire, right? What does fire mean? I mean, we've talked about the origins of fire, the uses of fire, different examples of religious beliefs about where fire came from, different religions like Zoroastrianism using fire to purify and do rituals. Yeah. They had fire temples in Zoroastrianism, and I'm sure still do, where they keep a fire going.
Yeah.
And so there are literal keepers of fire in that religion, which is fascinating.
It's a job somewhere.
It's a job somewhere.
A holy job.
And this idea that to lead... Hey, Molly. This is Molly.
Hey, Molly.
Hey, Molly. Oh, she's shy. No, there she is.
She's huge.
Hi, baby girl. She looks very big.
She's big.
She's a big girl. Molly girl. Molly is the show mascot in many ways. She's like the protector.
Security.
She's security.
Yeah.
She is security.
Yeah, we're trying to finalize the paperwork, but she's about to get credentialed.
Yeah, and she'll be our security
She'll
guard
be fully
probably
staffed
for
and have benefits
the entire
and
first season, and then we'll renegotiate. We'll see how it went.
We'll see. Yeah, exactly. See how many incidents there are.
Yeah, did she protect us?
Did any raccoons
did
crawl
she
on the
run?
set?
Did a rat get on set, or did she get it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Did she get it?
Each rat is $10,000 off her salary.
Right, but the idea that we all have the responsibility to take ownership of our own lives, all the decisions we make, all the choices we make, or the lack of choices that we make, and the things we're allowing to just happen in our lives as opposed to being, in command of our own lives. It's like you're keeping your own fire, and you have to figure out what things keep your fire ablaze, what things bring you joy, what things bring you peace, what things bring you life and love and friendship or expansion, and what things put out your fire.
Yeah, right, exactly. And being cognizant of that difference, which I think is innate in every human being, was called vohumana by the Zoroastrians, which translates to good mind. So every person has this internal capacity to delineate, to judge, to analyze. And if you really listen in, you tune in, I think we all know, this was a big mantra for me, when I decided to move to LA. The mantra was follow the light. And I just knew that I knew what that meant. And I think everyone knows what that means for them, you know, being able to discern like what are the things that are propelling me forward, like the activities, the taking, you know, the calculated risks, the stepping outside of my comfort zone, you know, like whatever it might be, exercise, you know, or like you're trying to get somewhere in life, like taking the steps to actually like get closer to that, you know, hanging out around people who lift you up, like consciously choosing that, like embracing the fact that you have the ability to make those sorts of judgments, you know, to distinguish between the paths.
I think it is something we're all equipped with, but it also is important to know, because I have experienced it myself growing up, that sometimes it's easier than others, and sometimes you feel like you quite literally can't distinguish what brings you more light or what keeps your fire ablaze. I've had times
Like you're at a
where
crossroad.
you lose track. Maybe your fire starts dimming without you noticing, and one day it's so dim you stopped even checking for it. You're like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I was locked into doing all these things that at the time I thought would fuel my fire, right? And provide me the life I wanted. And now here I am, and I'm doing all these things, and my fire's dimmer than ever.
Yeah.
So what is that?
Like I'm just
what, you know,
lost blindly in this pursuit.
I do think we have it.
Yeah.
But it is almost like a muscle that can be worked out and or kept. Us doing this as ritual keeps us constantly able to discern where we stand within ourselves and how our fire is burning from within. And it, like you were saying, it looks a lot of different ways. It can be practices you use, things you're involved in, the people you're surrounded by, the foods you eat, the hobbies or jobs you know engage with. Yeah,
like your whole like modus operandi, like in life, like what are you like striving toward? You know, like are you trying to become something for the approval of like, you know, approval that you really doesn't have anything to do with your own happiness, you know, like not really validating what you want to do, like the path that you want to carve out in life. And you can lose it. You can, you know, be motivated by that impulse initially, but then kind of, you know, lose your sense of purpose halfway through an endeavor, years into something. And I think that's like the point of, you know, returning to the fire, like consciously like bringing that to mind, like checking in with yourself, you know, like almost like ritualistically on some kind of a regular basis. Like, am I actually striving toward those things, or am I lost blindly?
Yeah.
You know, spinning your. I felt like that a lot in life. Like just spinning my wheels. Like, dude, like what am I doing?
What am I doing right now?
What am I doing right now?
Yeah.
Am I just existing?
What have I been up to?
I'm like a complex plant. You know what I mean? I'm just like a ficus, dude. I'm just like a geicus, dude. Just, you know what I mean?
Yes,
just like,
I do know what you mean.
In the
though.
sun. You know, you want to be at least more akin to a squirrel or something like that has a little bit more going on.
A little more attention.
Yeah, just more opportunities,
more activities,
more activities. You know, it's
more balanced.
Yeah, a squirrel is you know what I mean.
Squirrels are so
they have leisure
like primarily
time.
used as the example of being like squirrel brained, where you can't focus on one thing. Like
that's a step up from a plant, though. You know what I mean?
I don't know. Plants are like pretty locked in, bro. They're like water and sunlight.
Yeah,
water and sunlight.
I guess you want to be like in between a plant and a squirrel. How about a sloth?
That's in between a plant and a squirrel.
That's the difference. A sloth is half
split
plant,
the
half
difference
squirrel.
between plant and squirrel.
Split the
I'll
difference.
Be a sloth.
Yeah. Talking about a sloth.
I think sloth is one of like the main, like one of the things that like that's probably one of the dampeners of your light.
Yeah, it has that connotation. But now that like we've broken it down conceptually, I realized that like you know, sometimes in life when I feel like a plant, I would love to be a sloth.
I'd really rather be a sloth right now.
Yeah, I'm trying to evolve into my final sloth form. So, you know what I mean? I'm chill, but also I'm moving. I
do things.
I have some locomotion. I have a nervous system.
Locomotion. I got motion.
Yeah, I eat food and stuff.
No, but keeping your fire, right? Like keeping in touch with this inner. It manifests in different ways. Inner drive.
Yeah.
Inner purpose.
Yeah.
Which can be obviously connected.
Yeah.
Or inner sense of fulfillment and satisfaction. Do you do things for others? Do you do things to express and connect with others as opposed to like physical acts of service for others? Or and I think they all kind of come back around to, you know, satisfaction and are you happy, right? Like, are you happy with the way you spend your time? Are you happy with the size of your fire? Does it feel like you are secure?
Yeah.
Does it feel like you are burning in a healthy way?
Yeah.
Does it feel like you're lighting other people's fires in being a fire, like in stoking your own flame? It's a combination of things, and I think even just putting together this podcast felt like a practice in, if my fire is being kept and I'm able to keep my life in order and organized and have my ideas be expressed and articulated accurately, then everyone involved, which we've had plenty of amazing people involved. We have the incredible tech wizard, David Parrella.
Shout out, David.
And our lovely producer, Eliana Robertson.
Shout out, Eliana.
And we have the wonderful Chloe
I think she'll be here
Kirk,
in a minute.
who should be here soon, who actually made this piece by hand when we told her about the podcast,
this
Keepers of the
masterpiece.
Fire. She used she looked up a bunch of ancient cave paintings and she created this, and it literally is so perfect, and we love it very much. So thank you, Chloe.
I think she really took what the originators did and expanded it. You know?
I think it's like her own Warhol on pop art, but cave art. She's like the Warhol of cave art.
Yeah, it's
right.
It's like, you know, they were crawling and now she's flying with it.
She's flying
here in 2024.
Yeah, that's actually Chloe right there.
Yeah.
She put herself into it.
Little just insider trivia.
Just kidding. But yeah, Chloe's amazing piece, and then Rico Turiabarte, I think is how you pronounce the last name, created this incredible centerpiece with the title "Keepers of the Fire." Has these cool cup holders.
Cup holders are sick.
As well as a couple side tables you'll see when we have guests, and then these incredible fire stoking sticks that he carved.
Really a lot of attention to detail.
Out of redwoods sticks, walking sticks that he kept for a long time just from fond memory. And he realized this was the perfect opportunity. And this one has an E on it. So this is for Eman. Has two different images on there, and then a bunch of cool Eye of Providence, a little alien, lightning, Keepers of the Fire on there, with a tennis grip handle so we could stoke the flame whenever we want.
Yeah, official firekeeper paraphernalia. Because I'm sure that, like, you know, the Zoroastrians, you know, the people who had that sacred duty, would. Is Molly eating something she's not supposed to? Well, she can't. Molly trapped that.
Would?
She comes to get it. She'll give that back.
She's like, yo.
I wonder if, like, back in the day they would have, like, dogs go retrieve the wood, and that's how, like, fetch started. You know what I mean? To
I heard you.
keep the fires.
I got you.
Dogs are keepers.
We're dogs keepers of the
fires.
fires.
Dogs are keepers. Look at your dog. If you're sitting at home right now and you have a dog, look at him real quick.
Look at your dog.
He's the reason that we're here today.
Tell your dog you love your dog.
Give him an extra pet. Give him a treat.
Give him a treat.
We only live
Give
once.
your dogs a treat. If you got cats, give them a treat as well.
If you got cats,
We don't discriminate.
they'll have their day.
Dogs and cats are cool. They'll have their day.
They'll have their day. We'll find something that the cats did.
So
What she
Molly
got now?
is a keeper of the fire as well.
Molly's a keeper as well.
Molly's eating fire right now.
For the people who are just
Molly's
listening,
just
Molly
chewing on log.
keeps coming on the set, and she she naturally by her instinct is seeking out fire or wood for the fire, and she's just doing her job. But we want to keep her safe.
And I think another beautiful part about fire is it, like someone said in this cool history YouTube channel thing I saw, was that fires were the first schools, technically, right? Because storytelling was one of the first ways lessons and morals and things to watch out for were passed down.
Right. Yeah, right. That was your whole education.
When you're around fire,
world,
that's just where you're going to learn. You got to listen up.
Storytelling. Elders are talking.
The ones who
Listen up.
paid attention, they learned more, they lasted longer.
Yeah.
The ones who didn't,
Yeah.
they're dead now.
They're dead. The elders are all like
R.I.P.
38.
They were.
They have gray
Elders
hair.
back then were like 38, dude. That was old.
Missing an arm.
Missing an eye. Fire burnt it.
Yeah, no, but yeah, it was, right? Because that would be how you passed on all information, right? It would just be these stories that you would talk about around the fire. That was like the communal knowledge, like the decided upon societal consensus of what the believed truth was. Because obviously, like the people who would have the final say would be like the chieftain, right? Or the chief. The chieftain is like what the actual thing is called. And so like that would be like the established fact. Did you know that there are stories that have survived in the oral tradition for like 100,000 years?
No.
Crazy, right? And now that we kind of like know this history of fire, so we know that's where it started.
Right.
But the reason they know that is because there's stories of constellation of stars that are represented by in the mythology, like represented by gods or some like ethereal entities, and all the stories talk about there being 7 stars, but you couldn't see 7 stars before 100,000 years ago. So it's at least 100,000 years old, because that's the last time like the 7 stars in that constellation were present. And so they know by the fact that like that story still survived today of there being 7. They're like, oh shit, that's because the story must have came from when they could actually see 7 100,000 years ago from talking around the fire.
That, or they didn't really have the whole math counting thing down yet back then. Math's a little off. It meant 6.
Occam's razor, dude. The truth is actually a lot
Someone
simpler.
just one time said, I think it was 6 or maybe 7. 7? That means it's 100,000 years old. Oh. It was really 7? I think, yeah, 7. Is that bad? No, that's amazing.
Yeah.
It makes this story you've just told me that much more interesting. It's been around since the dawn of man. Well, yeah, then yeah. 7 is
That
what
was
my
like,
grandma.
yeah.
My
Like the
grandma
7
said 7. Yeah.
The 7 star like represented like faith, you know. It was like the invisible. It's like that's how they knew the guy was a prophet, because he could actually see 7, and it's like you got to believe there's 7.
Yeah, right.
Don't be saying there's 6. You say 6, that's heresy. You're an apostate.
Oh, speaking of getting my superhero physique, my body is very sore from those sprints yesterday.
Yeah, man. The first time we did it killed me. The first time we ran stairs.
Yeah, it's actually mostly my lower back, actually.
That's what it was. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
My legs aren't actually that sore.
It messed me up. No, me either.
I've realized we missed the jumping squats and the
We were distracted.
single
We had a lot going on that day.
A lot going on.
And it's good. If you haven't tried exercising in public, it's definitely it's a good place to do that, because you're socializing.
Exercise. Another way that we as a society
Yeah.
try to keep our fires, or do keep our fires, right?
For sure.
Vitality
Yeah.
being a version of fire.
Right, like your own internal fire.
Your
like
own
actual
internal fire,
energy.
your literal energy levels,
Yeah.
your health level, your capability physically.
Yeah.
For able-bodied people, that is like a very normal
Yeah.
thing to engage in
Yeah.
order to feel fulfilled and
Yeah.
alive, right?
Yeah.
If you
Yeah.
use your body in certain capacities, another form of keeping your fire.
Yeah, very much so. I've gone through a big transition with that recently. We're just like a month ago. I was probably like in like the worst, like down bad, just like logged, drinking too much, eating whatever food, not exercising at all,
Right.
And just kind of like feeling like that toll on my body. Like, God, I remember I was having like panic attacks. I was feeling so bad. But like over the last 4 weeks, I've been like working out like how I used to before I broke my arm.
That's amazing.
So like, I haven't like been on this kind of like schedule for like a year, and I feel so good now. Like you can like feel it in your body. It's like hard to describe, man. It's like
Feel it when you wake up.
yeah, like you feel lighter, man. Even though I've been like gaining weight, like I feel like lighter. Like everything, like it's easier to carry things. Like I just feel it's like so much better. It's like one of the I think my favorite thing I have like discovered for how to have a healthy mind, or how to
Is
like
having
balance
a
yourself
healthy
out.
body.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's
For
so
sure.
connected. And I feel like when I'm operating at my fullest, right? When I'm burning, so to speak, my brightest, and I'm feeling like the most alive and the most satisfied with life,
Yeah.
there's a really good balance between physical activity tennis, boxing, weightlifting, outdoor work like sprints, calisthenics, things like that.
Yeah.
And creativity, creating things, music, consuming art, going to art galleries, reading, writing, things of that nature, and then friendship and hanging out with people, getting together. Like there's the balance, but that's one of the main tenets of that balance is actually doing things that are physical. And when I'm doing all the rest, like when I'm doing a lot of hanging out with friends and a lot of creativity, it's a totally different headspace, and it is really unique. I think I've arrived at some interesting artistic expressions through that, but it isn't enduring. There's almost like a fallout to it, being so hard and true one way as only in two of the few things that I want to balance is just art and community. It's like without that physical part, I feel like eventually I feel like I burn out. Because there is no maintenance of the physical system that's allowing me to engage in all of that.
Right, man. In
the first place.
Well, it's like it's just like taking care of your car. I feel like it's probably like a cliche analogy for the human body, but you know what I mean? I feel like I like running errands with it all day and shit, and like not like filling up on gas, never getting your oil changed, never getting new tires. Like all of it's gonna like break down and feel bad. You know what I mean? Like you gotta because also like we've been talking a lot about like evolution and like where human beings came from. Like we came from a lifestyle of burning lots of calories,
mostly physical,
every day. Everyone had an 8-pack, dude. Everyone and I have no evidence of this.
This is purely hypothesis, but if we're gonna, I want to say my hypothesis, and it's that everybody had an 8-pack.
If you're taking notes at home, write that down.
8-pack.
Write that down. Tell your science teacher if you're in school. But
misleading the youth. You started by being like, if you're at home, be careful with fire. To tell your science teacher.
Dude, Molly knows I'm spreading misinformation.
Hey, Molly,
should knock that off. But we were meant to, like, obviously you can deduce from the fact that we had to chase down our prey. We had to, anything that was, fruit or vegetables, we had to forage for or, grow ourselves through, backbreaking labor. So like obviously we were more active as a species in general. And then you look at like the modern trends of heightened anxiety and like depression, and I think there's a multitude of reasons for that. I'm not saying it's just all exercise, but I think it's certainly a contributing factor, which I've just experienced like subjectively in my own life, like it's like there's been days where I'd be like so depressed and I can't imagine how it would get turned around, like the ride at that point in the day, and then you just go like take like a hard exercise class and you come out like after just like dumping gallons of sweat and you're like, only if it lasts for like 2 hours, for those 2 hours you're good.
It's still a relief.
It's a relief.
It's still a relief from whatever you're feeling, and it's in doing that as a consistent practice, having it as like a maintenance of your car, right? You're just running better for longer, and you don't have these stall outs, and you don't have the bouts of depression or anxiety or anything like that become smaller or lessened, or they happen for less time, or they're more manageable when you have developed these practices of tending to your own flame, right? Keeping your own fire. And even in preparing to create a podcast where we invite people around the fire and invite people to engage in conversation around the fire with us, right? And tune in to us engaging with it ourselves. There has been so much in my life that I've already decided, I need to get rid of that, and I'm going to implement this and, sleep this time, that time, and just a regimen. Because there is this external thing, which is the podcast and the creation of it, that is like a guiding beacon. It's like, right. In order to be ready for that, to be able to manage that in my life and enjoy it properly the way I want to, these other aspects of my life have to have some sort of order to them.
Absolutely.
And so it's like in putting together the podcast, I've like in some ways put together my life in a new form, in a way that I never have before, because there's been revelations in the last 6 months to a year that have changed so much of my operating system now, and what I engage with most commonly. So it's been really cool to experience that. And I'm very excited to have guests on, which we will be doing.
Excited.
We will have
so excited.
many, and it's great. We were talking about the different ways that you can keep your fire, which is engaging with things that you love, whether they're art forms or activities or foods or friends or anything of that nature, or the practice of releasing things and processing emotions, processing. What is it? One more time. What does that say?
Show that to the camera. What the fuck?
What does that say? Show the camera. What the heck is that?
Signs are trying to get. I get
Add
it.
logs?
I just got it.
Add logs?
In my head, I was like, what could that be? Of course.
Add logs.
Add lose.
Ad libs is exact, and I thought ad libs right away, and I thought like, brrrr, like what you mean ad libs? You want me to ad libs?
Add more ad libs, dude.
More ad libs, guys. Beautiful. And every time I add a log, I like to give it a little stoke with the stick.
Little tap, yeah, right. Just like
Little
encouragement,
stoke tap,
make
you know,
sure
little-
knows who's cared for.
Bam, yeah, just knows we're there for
Yeah.
it. Yeah, we're gonna have guests, and we were so we were talking about all the different ways we keep our own fires going.
Yeah.
And one of those ways, which we both love to engage in together, and we've done since we've known each other, is engaging with incredible artists in deep conversation, and conversations that aren't always surrounded around their art, and more so around their lives, because their lives inform what they do as artists and how they express. This is going to be a really nice big flame right now.
I'm stoked about it.
I'm
yeah.
stoked
You can
about
just
it,
tell the
dude.
way they're leaned up there
Yep.
perfectly. It's
Yep,
gonna
it's gonna be
catch all
tall.
that.
It's
Bring
gonna
it
be
all
tall.
up. Yeah, yeah.
It's gonna take up most of the frame. Actually.
Now we're
It's
cooking, dude.
fantastic.
We have to scoot in a little
Line
bit.
is fire in here.
The fire's stealing the show, dude.
Okay, all
Chill,
right,
chill,
all right.
chill.
It's
All
not
right,
your show. It starts
well,
burning even harder. It's my show. The fire's like, it's my show. I am a Hura Mazda.
It is a horror Mazda, dude.
This is beautiful, actually. If the belief is that it is the presence of a Hura Mazda, so
Yeah,
that
that's
is
sick,
quite
isn't
the
it?
quite the presence to witness.
It is, yeah. You could feel it. It
You
feels
could feel
divine.
it.
You can feel understand why they had that connotation. You know what I mean? Like you look at it and you're like, that is like the best thing in the world. It's coming from a pure source of energy.
So we will be having, in the idea of keeping your fire using different methods, we will be having guests on the podcast.
Yeah.
Very often, anywhere from 1 to 2 guests, where we will get to meet the person and get to know a lot about them, and also get to see their expression
Yeah.
on the podcast, whether they're singers or writers.
Oh, I thought you meant like say the expression on their face when they see our podcast.
We'll get to see the expression on their face when they watch our podcast. Episode 2 is gonna have we're gonna have a screen there. We're gonna screen episode 1 with a guest here, and we're gonna watch their expression of
why we
our
have those
episode
chairs right
1.
there.
That's why we have the extra chairs. Once
They
they
just
watch
watch
our podcast, we watch them watch the podcast. And that's our next
Just keep
episode.
panning over.
And yeah, it's like that every time after we have guests.
Ema, look at her face. Look at
That's
her
crazy.
expression.
She's so surprised. She's so surprised.
She's so stoked at how
She's so surprised at how large this fire is. She's surprised. Oh, he looks a little disappointed. He looks a little disappointed.
I'm not really.
He's not
his
really-
expression.
he's not-
It's kind of a
that
negative expression.
Maybe we should cut that
Could
expression
you go
out.
express yourself elsewhere?
Could you express differently? Maybe. But anyway, yes, we'll have guests on.
Who can show
We're
us their
very
art.
excited to have. Who will show us their art and
Yeah.
explain to us what went behind
Which
making
again,
it.
again is just like the whole like conceptualization behind this podcast was just like us having these experiences
Right, naturally.
and
Around fires often.
Yeah, that's like the actual like reality part of it is we would just have amazing nights and like serendipitously just come across so many cool people, which like it's been that way from the moment, you know, that we met each other and became friends. It's like magical things have just unfolded, and we've been fortunate enough to find ourselves in the company of like incredible people, you know, like we've like genuinely been like bewildered with gratitude, like, oh my God, I can't believe like we're having this moment right now, you know, like with these human beings doing these things. And that's why we're excited about guests, is because like we realized like, oh, let's put that out to the world.
Yeah,
that magic.
They've been some of the most fulfilling and enjoyable nights of my entire life.
Yeah, tonight's one of them.
They've had a combination. Tonight's one of them. They've had a combination of like humor and improv, and everyone just being so comfortable and safe with each other that they could make any kind of joke, any kind of impression, and mixed in with actual playing of real music and us creating songs on the spot.
That's the other thing.
While we're, the artists just around the fire. It's fascinating.
The singers,
it's the most natural thing.
The guitar players, the pianists, dude. Like,
everything. It's been an organic experience, and then there's these beautiful moments where we're sitting around these fires, and in the expressions that they share, they're most of the time telling stories. Unless we're all improving, then we're just sharing laughs. But then there comes this moment where we all sort of sink in even deeper, and it brings up the parts of us that had to be healed or were wounded to get to these things. These deeper conversations that the fire somehow just pulls out of you. It's like a portal.
Right, exactly.
And we were all these revelations and insights based on shared experiences or completely separate experiences and perspectives. It was like, whoa, I never looked at it that way. I never felt that way. Or sometimes they serve as confirmation and affirmation. And it's been wonderful to experience. And it is cool to think of the idea that if we are to continue, hosting a container for those experiences, right? A podcast outdoors that recreates that environment, invites similar people of that ilk. It will then allow the possibility of sharing those experiences, whether they're beautiful performances or hilarious improvs or just insights and revelations, that more people can see what we saw in the happenstance times that we got to experience these beautiful things, and everyone has their own version of that.
Exactly.
In some ways, they've had their own versions of gathering around a central fire, whether it's fire or not, and having lifelong memories. And it'd be really cool to share in that through the podcast.
Bringing that energy to the world. Encouraging that, fanning those flames. Like, just being able to have that space. It's almost like we are very similar to these ancient civilizations. It's like we discovered through our natural explorations and adventures that when we had this setup, that immaculate things like step through the portal. And what we've just done is recreated the conditions for the portal. We're like, film it now.
Let's film
it, dude.
Magic stuff happens around the fire.
We figured out a portal to another dimension.
Let's film that.
You know what I mean?
Let's see that. Let's play that back.
Run that back again. We have the fire.
That's magic. There's some fire in the middle of that shot, and that's pretty magical.
We have us. We got the fire. Did we bring the guests?
What we should do is maybe take a stoke break.
I was thinking the same thing.
So a stoke break, for those listening at home and those watching, is when we stoke the flame a little bit to make sure the logs are burning correctly. And we give everyone a chance at home to sort of check in with themselves. How are you feeling? Do you have everything you need? Do you
have water?
Do you have water?
Are you drinking water? How many glasses of water have you had today?
Is it dry outside? Do you need lotion? Are you hungry? Have you ordered food? Did you remember to order food? Sometimes I'd be forgetting that.
You want to take care of yourself. If you're on a vitamin regimen, have you taken them today? Because sometimes I'll forget, or like, did I already take them?
Was there someone you forgot to text back?
That's sometimes I'll.
So sometimes, So we're taking a stoke break. We'll leave you with the sounds of the beautiful fire for just a minute. Take this moment to check in with yourself, and we'll be right back.
We'll be right back, guys. Are we going? Okay.
What were you gonna say?
Wait. Okay. What about it?
Keep logs on there.
Okay, yeah.
So
yeah.
our producer is telling us how to keep the fire, which is appropriate because she herself is a keeper of the fire.
She's a producer of the Keepers of the Fire, so
She keeps a lot of fires.
she actually does a lot of like when it comes to the hands-on keeping part of the job.
Right, and we handle more of the fire part. We're more so like
We talk about it.
we kind of dance like flames do.
Yeah. What we do is describe the keeping of the fire.
That's right.
But it's actually technically
A lot of the keeping is being done behind the
a
scenes.
lot of the organization, a lot of the day-to-day tasks, a lot of the to-do list, the things that are being checked off, everything that contributes to the keeping of the fire is actually done by Eliana.
Eliana.
Yeah. But the part that we play is crucial too.
We're in it.
You know what I mean?
We're in it. We're we do our part.
Yeah.
And that's important, right? When you're a keeper of the fire, you do your part in keeping the fire, right?
Eliana and David are like the fire itself, and we're like the light that comes off of it. You know
We're
what I mean?
the flame?
I guess so. But also like the thing that like illuminates all the space around it. Like the light itself.
I see.
You know what I mean?
Yes, absolutely.
Because that's what you're doing, like with words, like the verbal, like, you know what I mean? You're providing light, like describing things.
You're elucidating experiences.
Exactly.
Right. So
Some
for those
people
of you
can't see
at
it all. That's all
home,
they have.
for those of you at home who cannot see the flame,
Yeah.
rest easy, for you are hearing the flame
Yeah.
through our articulation
Yeah.
and our brilliance.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was trying to say.
Right.
That's what I was trying to convey.
I see.
You put it perfectly. So, how was your day? How was it, dude?
Dude, my day
You chilling?
My day was fantastic. I'm very excited about. I was very excited about recording this tonight.
Yeah.
Especially for those listening, it won't line up for you guys, but it will line up energetically. You will get a little surge of this. It is 11/11 today, which, if you believe in that kind of thing, it's a lucky day to manifest beautiful things. And
Coincidence?
I think not.
I think not, dude.
I think not, my good
If you
friend.
look at the facts and the science and what it says, not
If
coincidence.
you look at the numbers,
If you just check out the numbers, if you look at
11/11, right?
look at the stars.
Look at the numbers.
Yeah, check it out.
It's right there.
They say believe the science.
You know what day it was?
You're
11/11.
Veterans Day.
Nothing was the same after.
Yeah.
Shout out veterans.
Enjoy it while it lasts. But that is today.
That is today.
Yeah.
And so I was very excited. And so I made sure to schedule nothing. I got a cool massage.
Oh, cool.
I took a nap. I had some smoothies. Got some stuff
Wow.
done at home and then came
Wow.
over here. A very
Wow.
relaxed day. I was very,
Yeah.
I was like, the whole day was like, all right, tonight's the night. We're going to get the fire going and shoot the podcast. And so it was a very beautiful day. Thank you for asking. How was your day?
That sounds amazing. Like it was just like this Zen
Very
transition
meditative. Yeah.
where like, you just like woke up and we're just like, there's like a star, just shining, just like kind of floating in the cosmos, just floating towards another star, dude.
Just starring across the sky.
Yeah, that's a sick day. That's sick, dude. My day was very chill. Not a lot was asked of me today.
That's nice.
I didn't feel pressure from anywhere.
That's
And-
nice.
And so what the main focus of like what I was thinking about is scheduled 2 dates.
Nice.
2 dates that I'm excited about.
2 dates on separate days.
They haven't been confirmed.
Neither of them have confirmed.
Neither of them.
No. But you.
Neither.
But you
The old-
presented.
but-
you presented
Yeah.
a date for each date.
I'll say this. I'm feeling optimistic about it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I think
Balls in their court.
Yeah, you can say that. You can say that.
You can say that,
I would
you
say,
can
but
say
I'd say like
that.
any minute now. You know what I mean? It's pretty much. It's pretty much just going back and forth on frivolous details. You know what I mean?
What time,
here, there,
what place.
what time.
Logistics.
I don't quite have all the specifics to make it happen yet,
But the intent.
but the intent. I'm getting really warm signals.
Strong
dude, like,
intent.
I haven't checked my phone in a couple hours. It may have already happened, dude.
I might already have the 2 dates.
You know
confirmed.
what I mean?
I do know what you mean, brother.
But you know what's funny is because it's like earlier, going back to the beginning, the thing that we were giving away, like mine was I wanted to stop being as motivated by my ego. And I feel like since I've gone through...
Fuck the ego, man.
Fuck, dude. Dude, fuck the ego, dude. I'm glad
Sometimes
someone said it, bro. It's like... Dude, fuck the ego, dude.
Said it, man.
It's
the
like,
ego be fucking
come
shit
on,
up,
dude.
Man.
That's how I do it. From now on, I'm just operating with no ego, dude. That's
what
just...
do you
I don't even
need to do?
I don't even have a conceptualization of a single identity anymore, dude. I'm just floating everywhere in space all at once in
Journey,
a single...
what do you need to do, for those listening and me included,
Yeah.
what do you need to do to really say, fuck the ego? Like, what does that look like operating without being motivated by your ego? Could you describe that difference?
You gotta take a heroic dose. First of all. No, I'm just kidding. You don't have to do that.
Genuinely,
what I mean by that is, so, like, I recently went through, like, a breakup situation.
Okay.
Right? And part of me wanted to rebound from that really quickly. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, like, this is going to happen, and I'm going to be, like, flying. But the truth is I needed time to kind of, like, process and chill and not make it like a race or like even like frame it in a competitive context where like I'm putting pressure on myself to have to reach certain milestones when like really I should just be like taking care of myself and chilling and just wanting peace and positivity for myself and everyone, you know, and her and just chill and accept things how they are and at the pace they're moving at and like at the rate that you know, things are happening. And I feel like as soon as I like adopted that mindset, then I kind of like started to get the things that I was like so eager to get. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it was almost like just like kind of like looking at things with a more grateful perspective just for like how they are and accepting things and you know, which like isn't the ego wants to keep track. The ego wants to be competitive. The ego wants to be like, oh, I'm gonna like do this and like be like the hero and you know like this like little fantasy in my head. So I'm just trying to like.
The ego wants validation.
Yeah, exactly. And instead, I'm just focusing on being happy within myself. You know what I mean?
Keeping your fire.
Keeping my fire. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what like this last month has felt like is cultivating my fire.
Yeah, same. It's almost as if in some beautiful way, deciding to create the podcast is really an example of a manifestation of the practice developed in your personal life. Yeah. And vice versa. And same with me. I feel like in the last month, and I mentioned it earlier, getting ready to do this, it seems like such a simple thing. Yeah. Really made me take a hard look at how I'm keeping the rest of my fire going.
Yeah, exactly.
And is it pure? Yeah. Is it clean wood? Is it, you know, is there space for the fire that's a big one. Yeah. Is there space in the realm of possibility and my own capacity? Yeah. Is there space to expand my fire? Can I even burn a certain size if I don't have the right parameters? And then you look at your parameters and not only your flame. You kind of look at, oh, right, if, let's say the best possible thing happened for me in this regard. Yeah. The part of my life that would naturally expand because of that, does it already have a foundation where that expansion would be met with grace? Yeah. Can I already start sort of implementing something into my life or removing things from my life that expand my capacity to receive? Yeah. Right? Right. And thus my capacity to burn and expand. And so that's been an interesting thing that's also come up in the solidifying of a practice of how I'm keeping my flame, right? Yeah. The health practices, the sleeping, mental health practices.
Yeah, so what do you mean by keeping space for it? You mean by like you said, like the sleep, like the making sure like you have a healthy foundation, like taking care of you? Is that what you mean by having space for it, the fire?
Yeah, this idea became clear to me that not only am I tending to the flame of my desires, of my aspirations, of these dreams I have, or these things I'd like to do for the world and in the world. Yeah. But then there's also is the surrounding environment conducive to that?
Yeah.
If I am to expand in the things I do with my life, can the environment I currently exist in, right, the structure of my reality or surroundings, circumstances, do they merit expansion? Or would those things then have to, would they become outdated?
Yeah.
And in that, do any of those need to be replaced? Can some of those be built upon? Right? Do I have healthy practices, healthy boundaries, healthy
Right.
communities?
Like living a life that would
Yes.
provide a fertile ground to cultivate fire.
Absolutely.
Where fire can flourish.
Absolutely.
Gotcha.
Yeah. How large can I make this fire?
Yeah.
Well, it depends on, have I kept is the area around it conducive to it? So is
Right.
it safe to burn that big, right? And
Creating the arena from which it can come.
yeah.
Yeah. Which like starts with you. And it
Yes.
goes back to something you said earlier
Yes.
about taking, I think, complete responsibility. You know what I mean? Like that starts with taking care of yourself first.
You mentioned something the other day. We were running sprints.
Yeah.
And you were saying I'm taking more note and taking more care in changing the things I can make a change of in my life instead of just disliking those things' existence in my life. You were saying,
Yeah.
I'm noticing
Right.
things that I don't like. Oh,
Yeah.
I don't like how it feels when, may I use this example of the clothing?
I forget it, so yeah, go ahead. I hope so.
Great.
I hope it's good.
Great. It was, I don't like how it feels when I'm not wearing an outfit that represents my style.
Yeah.
And I meet someone who I wish I could have given the impression of,
Yeah.
this is who I am.
I wish they would have thought that I'm more hot is essentially what that is.
Yeah, that's exactly right. You didn't want to be
Like,
caught
dang,
lacking.
man. Yeah, I wish I
Your
was
fit wise.
I feel like they don't appreciate
Lacking
they
fits.
don't understand
So you were
Yeah.
like, dang,
that. Yeah.
I wish I was in a better outfit.
Yeah.
And that's something you can control. That's a simple example. Like that's like
Yeah.
a superficial example, but it's the same concept.
Right, but
where
you're
you're
just- yeah,
taking
like,
note
but
of the things in your life, and you're like, if I
noticing
can
that
change that,
Yeah, like feeling
I
like
will.
I was like, I look like a slob. Like I'm going out in public,
Right.
like looking like just throwing on whatever like shirt from high school, and then because in my own head, I'm like
Yeah.
I'm just like running errands.
I'm not
like,
gonna
listening.
see anybody.
I'm listening to a podcast. I'm listening to music, like whatever. But then like you like run into somebody where it's like, oh, I wish I was like presenting in the best version of myself right
Yeah.
now, and like. Yeah, just like noticing what's like when your mind, when that happens, when you have a moment like that, like taking note of it and taking care of it rather than just letting it be like a persisting thing that goes on for years or maybe that you never address, like getting like little thing. Dude, and like once I started thinking about situations like that, like I was just noticing it all the time. Like I went to Bristol Farms, which is a grocery store, and I went there to get a breakfast burrito in the morning because normally they make these amazing breakfast burritos, and I was getting them every day. And I went there, and they weren't like being served, and I couldn't believe it. It was like 7 a.m. I was trying to like get it like before I had to go to work, and there's like people like behind like the deli counter, who like would be the people making it, like the food people who work there. But for whatever reason, just because I didn't feel like talking to people, like I didn't like it crossed my mind I could ask them about like hey, are the burritos gonna be ready? But like I didn't. Just want to talk to somebody. I guess like my social anxiety was just like, nah, like whatever, like I don't have to do that. But then when I was checking out, because I got other groceries and I was checking out, I asked the cashier, I was like, oh, do you like know when the burritos are going to be served? And she was like, I don't know. I guess like I could go over and like ask them, like the people in the back, and then like she did. But like so in one instance, because I had that in my mind, I was like, oh, like by the time I got to the cashier, I was like, I'm gonna take responsibility for this, and I'm gonna ask the cashier. But then I was like judging myself harshly, like I should have taken even more responsibility and asked when I was back there the first time. But
sure, I see what you're saying.
so that's an even like dumber, smaller example. but
it's elucidating a very important fact that it is does not matter the size of the example. This shows up in every aspect of your life.
Yeah, no matter how minute.
No matter how, it's a practice.
Right, like
it's
identifying like what you actually want about the situation, like what's annoying you, like the burrito's not there, like what would be the fastest, most expedient way to actually take care of it, and it's like doing that like in every situation of your life, and that could like scale up to big decisions.
And it could be expedient, or it could just be a situation that you're like, oh, how could I have handled that more delicately?
Yeah.
Or more sensitively?
Yeah.
Or did I take too long to take that experience for what it was, like, and take it more seriously? I minimize the importance of that experience and how I felt when someone said a certain thing to
that's a
me
big
or
part
whatever.
of it. Not
And
acknowledging how you actually
acknowledging
feel.
how you really felt, and you're like, actually, I minimized that.
Yeah.
And that's the opposite
Made an
of
excuse.
appeasing, but it's the same thing. You're still appeasing because you don't
Yeah.
want to make it a thing.
Yeah.
And then you look at it and you go, actually, no, that was not cool.
Yeah.
And I need to set a boundary there. And
Yeah.
so this process, this internal process of just really taking a look and taking responsibility
Yeah.
for what it is in your life that isn't going away that you prefer,
Yeah.
and if there's anything you could do to change it.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because sometimes you'll come to the wall almost, it feels like, where you're like,
Yeah.
oh, there's nothing I can do to change that I can think of.
Yeah.
And that's where like your spiritual practice might come into play, right?
Yeah.
Some people believe in certain religions or ideologies, whatever. My personal belief is I have a faith in this higher power.
Yeah.
That when there's something I would prefer not in my life or in my life,
Yeah.
I can put my faith into the higher power that because I desire that,
Yeah.
it will come.
Yeah.
And I can just say thank you for that ahead of time. And then usually I'll be given ideas.
Yeah.
And the solution to whatever that thing in my life I didn't have any answers to at the time was,
Yeah.
will come to me. Or miracles happen on the other side of the curtain, so to speak.
Yeah.
And then I get a call one day or a text one day or an email one day, and it's like, hey, this thing that you didn't want in your life is now solved, and this
Yeah.
justice is now served, or this is now being brought back to you, or
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean? Or here's
Yeah.
this new opportunity. And it's
Yeah.
like, wow, that does solve the issue I had that I, at that time, when analyzing it, couldn't find a solution to.
Yeah.
And I gave that up to God,
Yeah.
right? Or I gave that up to my higher power and was like, hey, I can't figure this one out.
Yeah.
He was like, I got you.
Yeah.
And
Right.
that's,
But like, yeah, focusing on it.
but focusing on it, that elucidating process
Yeah.
is so important. Is so...
Yeah, using your vohumana, dude. Using
vohumana.
Using your good mind.
Yeah.
Your ability to recognize the things that allow you to create an environment in which your fire can flourish. And I feel like for me that's just living like the best, fullest potential. Like I know like in very personal ways what that means for me, and like, you know, steps I'm taking to get toward that place. But I feel like everyone like knows the feeling of just being in the flow and things are just clicking, you know, and you're just rolling, like you're doing everything right, you know, like you're doing everything for your health, you're doing everything for your mind, like, you know, your romantic life is fulfilled, your social life is fulfilled, you know, your career is fulfilled.
You're resting enough.
You're resting
You're
enough.
not putting
there's
too much
balance.
onus on forward movement.
Yeah.
And the size of like how much forward movement or how fast. You're like,
Yeah.
I'm flowing, all those things are happening, and they're happening in the perfect speed. Like it's my own life. No one has to, I'm not comparing it to how quickly it's happening for other people.
Yeah, that's a big part of it.
That's a big part of it. I had to let go of that very
Not comparing.
many times.
That's the thing I could have written down at
Is
the beginning to
letting
let
go
go of is comparison. That's a thing. One of my favorite quotes is, don't compare yourself to who someone else is today. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday.
Yeah.
Because if you have that, that'll get you so far.
Yeah.
Just the idea of constantly improving upon who you were. And that's
Yeah.
like a healthy framework a healthy perspective to have of your life. You know what I mean? Because then that's like an optimistic thing, because then you're building on your progress day by day. And that's a fun thing to witness, like growth, you know, in
Yeah.
your own personal life. But you can always compare yourself to someone who has a bigger tree, you know, and then that person can compare themselves to someone
Yeah.
who has a bigger tree, and then someone just has the biggest tree.
Someone out there has the biggest tree. though.
That's the biggest tree,
And they can do that. They can have that biggest
he or
tree.
she, you know, they can. No one can compare.
No one compares.
And they get to enjoy that. But the rest of us,
most
all of us in the middle, and someone has this. I hate to say it, someone has the smallest tree. Let's just, you know what I mean? Let's just establish the superlatives, the extremities of the spectrum. But for the rest of us, we are in the middle. And
I don't know, man. I got a pretty big tree.
you got the biggest tree? Are you the guy at the top?
Might be.
That might be you.
Might be, man.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Who do you think has the smallest tree?
Might be you.
No, it's definitely not me. It's impossible. I know people who who know the person who has the smallest tree. I've heard stories, dude. You know, like we're affiliated, but I'm not actually that person. David, cut that part out where you said I was the smallest tree.
We're losing the plot a little bit. But I'll always talk about
we're right on
trees.
plot. We're right on the
You're
plot.
Right. Wood, fire, trees.
Yeah, because trees, of course, go in the fire. But I think what I was saying was it's important to create that. Nah, dude, it is. It is. It is important to harvest this essence, you know, that we're going for. Everything sucks now, dude.
Harvest this essence, dude.
Okay, let me get this straight. We're not trying to harvest any essence per se.
We're not harvesting anybody's essences.
Let me be clear.
One second.
We're
We
definitely
mean
not
harvest. We mean share in the light that is the love that we have for the fire. We're not taking anyone's essence.
We're not. I just want to make this clear. You can keep your essence.
Everyone's essences is their
It's safe.
own.
It's not.
is
We're not
their own.
gonna.
Everyone's
We're not gonna
essence is
touch
their
it.
own.
You can leave that to yourself. I think what we're trying to do is cultivate.
That's the motto of the podcast: is everyone's essence is their own.
Keep your essence to yourself.
Keep your essence to yourself. Good sir.
Yeah, dude. I think
I'll
that
ask you once more to keep your essence to yourself, good sir.
I think that is the motto. Do you want to recap on
Absolutely.
the main points?
Absolutely. Recap.
Because I'm not sure.
That happens every time we recap.
The recap. Hey, you know what I just noticed? Where's Chloe? Where's Chelsea? Let's understand.
Where's
they're-
our community?
They're coming through.
I heard there was people hanging out. Where the party
I
at?
thought this was.
Where the party at?
I thought it was dude. We're already out here on day one of the pod. Dude.
Where everybody go?
Where'd they go?
No, recap.
I just say that to we miss them.
We do miss them
Yeah, we
very
miss
much
them.
so.
I wish I would, yeah.
We feel their presence.
cool, yeah.
Bring their essence, we're asking.
Yeah.
Bring their essence
They're
here.
keeping their essence to themselves.
They're keeping
tonight.
their essence to themselves tonight.
Sometimes
All
you gotta
right.
do that.
Sometimes that's part of keeping your fire.
Yeah. So
Right?
That's pretty much what we've been saying to bring it back around.
To
you gotta
recap.
in order to keep your fire, you gotta keep your essence. Okay.
You got to keep your essence.
Everyone has to keep their essence.
Everyone
in
has
order
to
keep
keep
the
their
fire.
own essence
Yeah.
before they can go share their
Yeah.
essence.
Yeah.
But until you're ready to share your essence,
Yeah.
keep your essence to yourself.
Exactly. Okay, one more point on the Zoroastrians, because we're probably not going to talk about that maybe for a little bit. Is they have the whole purpose of their philosophy is going from good thoughts to good words to good deeds, or good actions. You know, and so I think, you know, like I said at the top, how like we kind of like discovered this philosophy. I think this is one of the ways that serendipitously like maps on to theirs is like what we've been saying is like if you take care of your essence, right, then that is how you keep your fire. You take care of your inner framework. You know, it really does begin with your thoughts. You know, what
It
I
does
mean?
begin with your thoughts.
It starts with your inner world, how you see things, your perspective, because that becomes the universe, and then that leads to you know, you start to be that. You start to say that. You bring that into the verbal and the way that you relate to people, and then that creates what you do, and then you spiral up, dude. So yeah, keep your essence to keep the fire.
Yeah,
I think that was the
good.
thread that I found.
that was good.
Thank you.
As a recap of episode 1, we, your hosts, I, Eman and Esfandi.
Yeah. Journey. Bailey.
Always the delay.
Like I forget that I'm supposed to say my last
Journey.
name.
Bailey.
Yeah.
We are excited to have plenty of guests, really exciting, cool, interesting guests who happen to be our good buddies.
Who happen to
Be our great
we're
buddies
so
who we've
lucky.
had a million great conversations with. We will have the Lawler brothers, who are brother and brother of
That's why they
writers
call
and
them that.
directors.
Yeah.
They call them brothers. Writers and directors.
Not everyone gets that.
Connor Lawler is the younger brother who just got out of UNCA, I think it's called, or UNSCA, film school.
Yeah.
None of us have gone to film school except Connor, but he is the youngest of us.
It's a school for just art.
It's pretty amazing.
Cool.
The idea of going to film school.
I can't imagine how far ahead he is, just like creatively.
Love film. Love that for him. He's here now. His brother Jake and I have known each other and written together, and just engaged with many a movie together. Good friend of ours. We run hill sprints all together.
That's how I know Jake.
That's how you know Jake.
Yeah.
Mostly on the hill.
The hill
fast
sprint
runner.
guy.
Jake's a fast guy.
Yeah.
Jake's
Hill
a fast
sprint
guy.
and arm wrestling competitor.
That's right. Jake
how I
broke
think
your
of
arm
Jake.
into 13
I think
pieces.
I think more like I broke my arm against
Jake's arm?
Against Jake's arm. Yeah. Yeah, bro. Oh yeah. Because you know what I mean? Because it took like a lot of pressure to stay in the fight, dude, and just keep going.
We calculated it was like 64,000
because you know what
pounds
happened?
or something.
You know what happened is my muscles are stronger than my bone, right? My muscles didn't give out, dude. My muscles are staying in the fight, dude. My bones fucking gave up on me, dog.
When you're, yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
Yeah. So I think I took
So
it
your
easy.
muscles broke your bones.
My muscles broke my bones, dude.
That makes sense. That happens in some movie. Or
I think
something.
what Jake was like he's a representation of an infinite force, like a brick wall. And I just fucking slammed that shit into
Jake is very much like a brick wall. I have
Yeah.
actually just realized we're going to have to figure out how to fit him in our nice little
How would he
area.
do in one of these
He's
chairs?
a big dude. How would he do in one
he
of these
really
chairs?
can't
They've
lean.
got a
He
weight
can't
limit.
lean to the side.
I think the weight
He's
limit
gonna-
is 220 and Jake's more than 220.
I'm almost more than 220,
You are.
dude.
You are.
By episode 3,
You're Jake's size.
we're gonna have an issue,
You're
dude.
Jake's size.
Oh, I'm gonna rematch Jake, dude.
No, dude, that
Dude.
is crazy to say. You're like, now my arm can't break. It's got a steel pipe on it.
Yeah, Brett's
You've got fucking iRobot's
yeah.
metal arm. Will
It's
Smith's
like a
metal
Rocky
arm.
comeback movie, dude. You know what I mean? Fucking
Anyway, so
fighting
back
the
to what we were
German
saying
guy.
is we were excited to have many guests and get into so many great things about their artistry, who they are, how their day were, how their
We're gonna
day
find
were-
out about
were.
how so
Was.
many different days were. That's really. I think that's one of the biggest parts of this podcast.
It's
is-
finding out how people's days were on the times they came to the
It's
podcast.
just a little time capsule, dude. About their
A little
days.
daily check-in.
How
How was your day?
Little segment of how's your
A
day.
little diary for them.
Yeah. Then we could like clip that out, have it be like a whole series on YouTube, just like how was this
How was your
person's day?
day?
How was this person's day? How was this
Yeah.
person's day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make shirts.
How was your day?
How was your day?
Yeah. So there's lots of good things to come.
Lots of great things to come. At the beginning of every podcast, like we said, we throw into the fire the things we're letting go. We throw into the fire the things we're calling in.
Yeah.
And to end our recording, we will. Yeah,
I lost mine.
here you go.
I lost my notebook.
That's all right.
Thank you.
We will write thank you and throw it into the fire to thank it for the warmth and the light and the space and the energy, and for reminding us to keep our own flames burning.
It's not a
And-
race, but I did finish first.
And of course, a thank you. Wait 1 sec. You gotta go. I think they could just do close-ups on ours. Like sit in your.
David Jim, man.
No. He's got us on those. And you could we'll punch it in post. Right? You could punch into this in post.
As long as you're holding it near your face, it'll be in focus.
Okay, great. Yeah. So.
I don't know if I wrote mine thick enough.
Yeah, not sure if you can see this, but it says thank you, which we're going to throw into the fire to thank the fire, but it's also to thank everyone at home who is listening or watching, keepers of the fire. We're excited to have a lot more people on, talk a lot more in front of this beautiful fire pit, and yeah, we'll see you next time.
See you guys next time. Love everybody.
Love y'all.
David, zoom in.
Nice. Did you get that?
Just looks
That's gone. That goes so fast.
Mine's still there.
There's no way. There's no shot.
All right, let's watch the whole thing back.
Oh, that's nice. That's awesome. I think that was a wonderful first episode, right? I had a blast. If that's the measure of a good episode, I had a blast. Congratulations, everyone.